On a beautiful day in early October, we took the big bus, hop on, hop off. We visited Chinatown, Brooklyn Bridge, Tower 1, and the Statue of Liberty. We're going to give you some highlights of our day on the big bus and let you know what we think about it and whether or not it's worth doing. We bought our tickets the day before from a person on the street, but I'd advise buying them right before you go. You're going to want to sit on the top level, and if the weather isn't good, you might want to postpone your trip.
There's Times Square and the ball they dropped at New Year's Eve.
When you get on the bus, make sure to pick up a set of the earphones so you can plug into the jacks near your seat. There's narration in multiple languages that gives you a little bit of information as you're seeing the sights. The narration can only be heard through the earplugs, so I can't share that with you here.
So we got off the big bus and we're taking a walk down to Little Italy in Chinatown. Check that out. We've arrived in Chinatown, judging by all the signage that we see in Chinese. So we're gonna take a little walk around, check this out.
We did notice, although there were several stops before we got to Chinatown, very few people were getting off the bus. We got off in Chinatown because we wanted to explore a little bit.
Bike shop over there.
If you take the big bus, you'll definitely want to download their app. It'll show you where the buses are. It's an interactive map, and you'll be able to time your stops and when you want to get back on the bus, because you'll be able to see where they are and how long it'll take to get to the next stop.
Darian, like the stinkiest fruit ever.
If you're looking at the brochure or the interactive map, you'll want to make sure that you pay attention, because it's not always obvious when they're stopping for traffic or stopping at one of the program stops.
This is Columbus Park, just adjacent to Chinatown. Columbus Park near Chinatown. There are restrooms here if you're down kind of visiting. There are restrooms available here. A little playground for the kids. Playing ping pong. Went to Chinatown, walked around. A lot bigger than I thought it would be. And now we're kind of walking down James Street, see if we can get a good view of the Brooklyn Bridge. I think that's the Brooklyn Bridge. We're going to go and see if we can figure out how to get up there and walk across them. Found a sign showing us how to get to the bridge walkway. Like we found it, we're going to walk up around that way. Looks like there's a lot of vendors here. Maybe there's an ice cream one we can stop and get before we take that long trek or after. We decided to get our ice cream after we do the bridge walk. walk has all kinds of vendors on it.
Ice water, $1. $1 for the water, $1 for the water, $1 for the water.
I'm surprised how many people are here. It's a Monday morning, October 2nd. So kids are still in school. It's not a holiday week or anything like that, but it's a beautiful day and there's just tons of people out here. I can't imagine what it would be like in the summer or on a holiday week. Brooklyn Bridge was designed by John Roebling in 1969 and completed in 1883. At the time, it was the first permanent crossing of the East River and also the longest suspension bridge in the world. Great views of the city from the bridge, especially on a beautiful day like today. The Empire State Building in the distance. Right in the center of the picture here, you'll see Tower 1 that was built on the site of the Twin Towers. It's the one with the big spire on top. What look like decorative oval structures are actually there to keep people from walking on the cables. That this bridge has been here 140 years and is still carrying traffic and pedestrians and still being maintained, an important part of the infrastructure of New York. Well, this bridge is supported by these huge cables that start at the towers on either side of the span. This big cable that you see that looks like a pipe goes all the way to the other side. And then the smaller vertical cables are what actually hold the bridge up. There's no support in this center span except for these cables. People have been putting locks of love on this mesh screening here. We're about at the halfway point. We're going to turn around soon. We're not going to do the whole bridge. We want to go back and get that ice cream. I think we earned it.
While at the Brooklyn Bridge, we decided to do that new cool 360 video that everybody's doing in New York now.
For a quick bite, big menu here at this little cart. Down the financial district on the way to Battery Park, or the Battery rather, to get tickets to go see Liberty Island and Statue of Liberty. We wanted to stop and take a few shots of the new Tower 1 and the 9/11 Museum. We're at the plaza around from Tower 1, and they have all these cool bronze statues here now. Really whimsical, with all different characters doing interesting things. A lot of people taking pictures with them. bus here. Each of these pools was constructed in the same location as the original Twin Towers. We're at the Battery National Monument. Gonna take a look in here and hopefully get tickets to the Statue of Liberty and get over and see that in a little bit. We're in line to get tickets to get on the ferry and go to Liberty Island to see the Statue of Liberty. We're at the Battery. We get our stamps and our passport books for our collection, and we're hoping to get over there soon. In the security line for the ferry to Liberty Island. Just got our tickets. We're seniors, so we got a little bit of a break. We got our tickets. They're good for Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Waiting in line, hoping to get on the next ferry to Liberty Island. Line's pretty long, so I'm not sure we're going to get on this next one. Rocking and rolling here. A little delay getting on board. We got on the ship, but it's very crowded, or the ferry rather. And so we're going to just stand up on the rail here. I'd rather be outside than inside. There's quite a few people waiting for the next ferry. Apparently this is a pretty popular thing to do. City from here. Liberty Island, looks like they have some lockers here if you want to drop your stuff for a while. It's kind of unusual, you don't see that too much anymore. There's some kind of museum or visitor center ahead of us here.
Statue of Liberty Museum.
Statue of Liberty Museum. Boat's just docking at Ellis Island. We're not going to get off here because we don't have time to go through all the exhibits today. This is probably a couple hours here at least, so we're going to get back on the big bus after we get back to the Battery. After going to Liberty Island and getting back to the Battery, we got back on the hop-on, hop-off bus at the Trinity Church stop.
If you've seen the movie National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, you'll remember that they found the treasure in the catacombs below this church. And we've arrived back in Times Square. We purchased our tickets on the street, and the price was $60 a person for the Red Line, which was the downtown route. We got a 15% discount, and so we paid $102 for both of us for the day. If you're going to the city for the first time or haven't explored much beyond Times Square, this is probably a worthwhile thing to do. This is actually the second time that we've done the big bus, and both times we spent most of the day in Lower Manhattan looking at the sights down there. If your main interests are Tower 1 and Statue of Liberty, Brooklyn Bridge, and some of the other sites around Wall Street, you could save yourself $102 or more by just taking the subway down Lower Manhattan and walking to all the exhibits and sites. Most of those attractions are pretty close together and an easy walk. If you found this video helpful, we'd appreciate you subscribing to our channel, and we'll get out there and keep making videos and sharing our content with you.